thank you guys, thank you for coming to Bristol. I just want to have a couple of minutes and a minute's silence for like victims of injustice. Right, I don't know if you know, but there was a campaign that we'd done for a few years called Justice for Bunny. And Michael was just vilified by the system when he didn't have to be vilified. And we've protested down here several times, and I just want everyone to remember him, yeah? Remember him. He was an innocent victim of our corrupt system and justice that we have in the UK right now. So just a minute's silence. Thank you, everyone, thank you. So, my name's John Lawrence. I'm the leader of the National Housing Party United Kingdom, and we're running in local elections across the country. I just want to take this time, just a few minutes on our armed forces. I mean, when I was younger and we had Armed Forces Day or Service Day or whatever, I can guarantee the crowds were in the thousands. Times are changing. Obviously, people think differently of war and stuff like that going on now. But this year in Oldham, the parade lasted 4 minutes when it should have lasted a couple of hours. And it's just a sign of how we're forgetting, as we go further in generations, what happened in the past. I mean, we're luckily, like, we taught our family, my nephews and all that, of what happened in the war and the sacrifices people made for us and stuff like that. And so it's up to us to keep that strength alive, support them when we need to support them, and celebrate them when we need to celebrate those who came before us. And for whatever reason, they went into war, they were soldiers and they were following orders. And one of the primary things you learn when you're in the army is you have to follow orders. Why? Because it saves your life. That's what it does. It can save your life in a battle situation. So let's remember them and keep the fort strong of our armed forces, present, served, and everything about them. And I just wanted to say that because I was expecting Jo here tonight, and obviously, if you know Jo, she has a PTSD camp and she works with veterans, and she supports them wherever they can, as well as other people who are in the room now and who we know down here. So I just thought I'd say them a few words about that. So today we went to Trowbridge. And if anyone knows, there's a woman who's been vilified by the media called Kelly J. Keane over the wokeness of our society today. You know, she says that a man cannot be a woman, which I think a lot of us will agree with, especially religious people and stuff like that. So we went there today, and it's one of the things that we're going to fight against as a party. We don't want to be cancelled for having a different view than other people, and it's pretty high in our list of things in the parties to resist this. So on that cause, we're not politically correct. We'll speak honestly, and we'll speak what we need to truthfully and factually. And we want to stay strong because, as we know, people can get cancelled at such a fast notice for nothing at all. Something they posted on Facebook just a couple of years ago and they get cancelled. But it's one of the things that we're fighting against with our party, is that cancel culture and the woke mob. Again, I don't throw hate towards anybody, but nobody should be forcing us to change how we define ourselves, because that's what they're doing. nobody should force onto us or anyone of a religious thing or who's got morals that they have to change to accept these people. We're not doing. We're not doing. We're just going to stay as we are. Again, we don't throw hate across to anyone. We just want to be left and have our own identity. It's like what we want with the country. We want our country to have an identity. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it in other countries across the world. So we should have that choice here to have our identity and to be treated and spoke to and the correct names given to us that we want. So we've got to resist the woke movement. Also, I've got to impress on people joining political parties, especially local hyper-political parties like ourselves. There's an estimated 200 hyper-local political parties. If people started voting for them parties, you'd soon see change in your local council, your area, your constituency and your region. You would see change in them. If we got these people in, you would see change. So yeah, we'd see a change. So I push and stress to everyone, that's what you must do. And we even heard people today about joining parties and stuff like that. But we need to get active like this, otherwise we're never going to change anything. The only other way you're going to change things is through more radical action, and we don't want to be going down that route. Our route is the local political party route and voting. That's our route. So I've got to impress on everyone that they have to look at what they do with your voting ways, how you decide to vote for somebody. There's a lot of information now that you can get online that tells us all this, and there's a lot of help you can get through books and stuff like that to help you to become a spokesman or a spokesperson for your community. Again, our local elections is top of our list, and that's what we want to do. We want to get dozens of candidates and we want to get dozens of seats. And it's not impossible. It's certainly not impossible. I don't think it is, and neither does Pat. And I'm sure a lot of you as well know that we've got a chance of doing something. So I must stress again is if you're not a political party follower, you don't vote, you need to vote, otherwise you're never going to change anything in your community. So that's on that point. So thank you for having us down in Bristol. I know it can be a bit of a touchy area, Bristol, sometimes. I've experienced that myself, but we've got to spread across the country. And I know people don't like talking to the enemy, but I want the enemy voting for me. Why do I want it at a local level? If someone's got a problem on their street and you know they might be woke or anything, I want them to tell me so I can do something about them. I don't care if they don't follow my, or they don't agree with everything I say. What you'll find out is they will agree with a lot, but they won't agree with some. So I'm easy, mate, in talking with a lot of different kinds of people. And I've proved before in the past that I do have a good temperament to talk to people, even the most hardcore anti-fascist or whatever you want to call them. When they sit down, we can talk, and I've got to impress that on everyone. Also, I just want to give a few rundowns. I know we're doing a lot of canvassing and leafleting and stuff like that, but there's three things that I insist if you were a canvasser or you're leafleting that you don't do. You don't swear. You close the garden gate if there's a garden gate, and you don't get angry. Them are the three things. If you cannot do them three things, and don't worry, I've been angry. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of swearing as well. But if we can do them three things, you'll find out that you'll get a lot more interest of the person you're talking to. Because what I do see a lot is demonstrations of people out in the street, they're screaming at each other. And nobody, not myself, not Pat, not nobody can handle that screaming without getting frustrated yourself. So calm talking, no swearing, make sure you close that gate. That's a very just thing, and you'll do all right. And I mean, you might not be able to think that you can speak at a door, but you can. Everyone can speak at a door. Everyone's got a bit of skill or knowledge on a certain subject that you can speak about, and people will listen to you. And now, a lot of the subjects that come out now involve everybody. No matter what, where you're from, what persuasion, what community you're from, it involves everyone. The traffic things that are going on in London involves everybody in London. The stuff going on in Oxford involves everybody in Oxford. Even if Mike Stutchbury lived there, it would involve him. So these subjects we need to keep talking about, we need to keep pushing. Pat's done very well on talking about the congestion things in London, and I think, and Pat thinks, he got votes because he put that on his leaflet, and there was no other party that had that kind of stuff on the leaflet. Same with mine. I'm not saying they're extreme for Oldham, but the stuff I have on is not on any other leaflet, but everyone agrees with it. So I should be winning every seat that I go down for on just that point. So yeah, everybody has got a bit of skill somewhere, everyone. I'm just going to move into, obviously, we're a running political party, and these videos will be going up in the next few days. If you want to join the National Housing Party, follow the links in the videos that you'll see. We want people to join as well, so join the party. Have a look at our policies. We have a website. We have emails that you can email us on, and we'll talk to you. And I know there's a lot of interest. I've had a lot of messages and things off people over the past few weeks. So please join us, focus, donate to us. We want leaflets. We've had 20,000 leaflets already, and we want another 20,000. We want that 20,000 before the election, and we want to be handing them out before the election. So please, we've got three more or less confirmed candidates at the moment, and obviously we'll be needing leaflets for them. But again, if you follow any of the descriptions in the video, you'll follow links and stuff like that that can give you access to the website, and you can donate and follow us from there. But again, everyone can be an activist, and everyone has got something to give us, whether it be social media, you can talk on the street, whether it's organisational skills in transport or anything like that. We need these kind of people, but everyone's got a skill. So please look into it, join the National Housing Party, follow us and join us on our Activision, and we'll have a good time on the way. Lastly, obviously our political parties, our police and everyone is infiltrated, and they're all being indoctrinated and stuff like that. We still need to have some faith in the services. Again, I've said this many times, I want to have faith in our police, even though the police have got a pretty bad record now. They're not vetting police properly and stuff like that, but we've got to give them time. As a political party, we'll have to work alongside the police in certain areas and stuff like that. And right now, I'm talking to chief constables in Manchester, me directly, and I'm shaking their hand and trying to talk to them about local issues and issues we have in Greater Manchester. I've already pulled Chief Inspector Watson, Greater Manchester Police, who took over when they went on special measures, so I've had a good chat with him. A couple of chief constables, deputy chief constables as well, I've chatted with them. I'm not angry, I don't swear at them, but I am quite frank and open and tell them what I think, and I think they like me for that. I'm not no one who hides behind a mask or covers me words in disguising them in certain ways. But yeah, so I know it's hard to, but we've got to have faith in some of the institutions we have, because when we become big, it'll be up to us to influence and to change these institutions to the direction we want them to go. I'd like the police me to be a bit more or less politically influenced, me, because I think that's a big thing of why we've got political correctness, why we've got the rape gang scandal, is that the police are influenced by the big political people, and they should be. I think there should be a bit more of an independent organisation, the police, and I think they did used to be like that in the days, but not now. Influenced by all these politicians and stuff like that, it's just no good. But, you know, it's up to us to change this. I know we can do it. We have the roots to do it, and we have the people to do it, and I think we have the spirit to do it. But thank you very much, and thank you for that.